ever since I was a kid, I've always painted. And I've always been had a great interest in art and studied it on my own and, dabbled in many forms of art. Come to a point where it was almost like I thought that if I did work that I thought people would be interested in, that then I would be successful. But I knew that that really wasn't being true to myself, that I'd have to do what was important to me, and I'd be successful in that way. If other forms of success came by people actually buying it, that would be great. So it was at that point in time that I decided that I would do this full time, that I would stop any form of so-called real work where you go out and punch your time clock and you're going to get a paycheck at the end of the week. I will give that up to try and pursue this full time. Things were going along and it was just kind of progressing slowly, and there was some interest and so on, and then it was almost like the next day, bam, the roof did blow off. Nova Scotia folk art in particular has really reached a level of recognition worldwide, and to some extent it becomes almost like coveted, it becomes something that's almost to the point of being collectible. Because people can say, oh, I live in Southern California and I have this collection of Nova Scotia folk art. It was through actually working that the art came out. Through the process of applying ourselves and working, rather than applying ourselves to try and figure out a formula that would equal income, because that is a dead-end street. I sold quite a bit of work before that time, but it was always kind of a struggle, because I thought that you'd have to fit into somebody else's idea of what art was about, or you'd have to fit into a specific show where it was juried, and you'd have to say, well, it has to be watercolor, and it has to be matted, and it has to be framed. And that always seemed to me to be reaching for something that was removed from who I was. People get enjoyment out of it, and people buy work for other people for various occasions. They buy it for birthdays and anniversaries and everything, and that makes the artist feel good that they know where it's going. It becomes a conversation piece for someone. It becomes a decorative object for somebody else. It becomes an object for somebody who covets it. Work with your hands, work with your heart, work with your imagination. Be yourself and create something that at the end of the day you can stop and say, I made some progress. And if that piece of work goes on to someone else and they purchase it from you, then it takes on another life. It's always been important for a lot of people to be able to go to the source to acquire the work, go directly to the artist, and you can do that while the artist is alive. You're getting something out of it.